Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch One. Thanks for logging on. Today we are looking at the Zenith Pilot Type 20 GMT, 48 millimeters in brushed and polished stainless steel. You can see this oversized Zenith Pilot's Watch tribute and take it home on our website, watchyouwant.com. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. Now, 48 millimeters across the round portion of the case, 60 millimeters from lug to lug, and 15.5 millimeters thick. This is an oversized sports watch, but not in the modern vein. Everything about this watch, from its proportions to its details, actually hails from the 1930s and the Zenith Type 20 Montre D'Aeronef. That watch, which also encompassed a set of flight deck instruments used on aircraft, inspires the style and the size of this aviation instrument. And what I want to emphasize is that even though my wrist is 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that it sits nice and flush. Now, it's oversized. It's a big honkin' watch, but it's comfortable. And a big part of that is the fact that the watch is hefty, but not overbearing in weight, and the strap and the lug interface is incredibly free-moving. There's absolutely no constraint of the ability to pull those strap ends straight down to curve around a smaller wrist. Now, the strap is of the highest quality calfskin with a contrasting stitch. It's got a vintage vibe to it, but on the wrist, it feels like $1 million. Now, it's rubberized on the bottom. This is something that Zenith uses on its straps to add longevity to the leather, to protect the leather from moisture, from sweat, from grit. I appreciate it. It also feels like $1 million on the skin. And a traditional pin buckle, an oversized trapezoid that almost looks like it came straight off a Panerai Luminor, finishes the ergonomic equation and allows for easy adjustability if your wrist expands or contracts in weather. Now, the nice thing about the watch is that it is true to form. The legibility that made it a standout as a pilot's watch in the 1930s continues to hold it in good stead stylistically and functionally in the 21st century. The broad cathedral hands, the inset stylized Arabic numerals, instrument flight deck style, and the 24-hour scale in a sort of railroad treatment around the outer periphery makes this watch redolent of the 1930s, but functional in the 21st century. Now, I want to call out the lume on this watch, because there are times when a radium patina, though charming, is infinitely less cool than what you can achieve with acres of modern Super LumiNova. So give me a minute to light this one up. Exit stage right. And there you go. That thing could practically give you a suntan. Seriously, you could charge a Panerai Radiomir with the glow coming off of this thing. You can see the span of those gorgeous cathedral hands. You can see clever elements in how the Arabic numerals were stylized, including the slash through the 0 of the 10, and just how practical this is as a time-telling device. It actually achieves the fundamental missions of those original pilot's watches. It tells time, and it's easy to see while it does so. Now, back to reality. Here comes the sun, and here comes the watch. Now, the great thing about this watch is that it gives you added capability. First and foremost, the Zenith Caliber 693 Elite 50-hour power reserve automatic winding, very tough and delightfully slim, is also delightfully practical, with a nice pusher-actuated second time zone that you can advance just as easy as so. And I like the fact that it's not done through the crown, so you're not going to accidentally offset it while winding the watch, and you don't have to use some sort of dimple pusher tool on the side. This is really form-following function, ergonomic ease, and an outstanding technical solution that nevertheless still yields 10 ATM, that is 100 meter, 330 foot water resistance. In spite of this immense through case fitting, this screw-down oversized aviator's onion-style crown is not just a joy to wind, but it allows the watch to achieve that incredible depth rating in spite of the fact that it's a vintage pilot tribute. And when you pull the crown, the Elite caliber hacks so you can synchronize precisely to a mission timer or just an accurate reference quartz clock. This is a watch that brings it all together. Zenith's own manufacture movement, which includes components built in-house that are as specialized and delicate as the hairspring itself, a beautiful case that represents Zenith's real history, and not just the El Primero history since 1969, of which we're always told, but the history that stretches back to the 30s, the 20s, the turn of the century. And that case back celebrates the turn-of-the-century aviation heritage, further back even than the original Type 20 Montre D'Aeronef. Louis Blériot, in his monoplane, flying across the English Channel, the first flight to accomplish this feat, a Zenith was on his wrist that day. So we're talking real heritage celebrated with real style and real watchmaking substance. You can see this Zenith Pilot Type 20 GMT 48 millimeters on our website, watchyouwant.com.